I'm going to make this quick. I recently modified some of my trains. So we'll start with Dash. I just did his wheels and took off his face. Just make him look more realistic. And Stepney, the same thing. Not too special. With Thomas, Douglas, Molly, and Stephen, I added a few things. So with Thomas, I gave him a real coupling on the front and on the back. You can use either one here. And took off his face. I'll probably make him fully black at some point, which at one point I think he was, but yeah. Stephen took off his face to make him more realistic. The tape is on there to hold the smoke box in. I finally fixed his tender and gave him the real coupling so he won't fall off of his tender. It works all right. It doesn't uncouple or anything. It goes around corners nice. So with Douglas, I did the same thing with his tender. So that's fixed. And it looked kind of rough because this part was facing him. But I think it's okay for now. Then I added the front coupling to him. So I did have to cut a part right there. You can see I broke some of it more, but I put that back. But it does go nicely with the other couplings. And it doesn't come out because it is a full coupling, so it is in there all the way. I don't really want to take it out, but it does work. Once I get Donald, that'll be a really nice piece together. And the last train is Molly. So I got a new one so she doesn't look so dirty. I might make the other one a dirty version of her. But I gave her a hook as well, or a chain. It's hard to get uncoupled here. But yeah. So she does have the chain as well. And it drags if it's down all the way. So that's why I had it up. But yeah, this white band here is temporary until I can find something to put the chain on. Because she doesn't have an underside that I can hide this with. So later, that'll be something to do. And if for these three, they can couple up together. So for Stepney, I just slide this through the hook there, and hopefully it does couple up and not break. One second. It's hard to do with just one hand. So there you go. It does work pretty well, and they can go around corners because Stepney's coupling is still the stock one. So I mean, there's no hindering of the movements. And for these two, I think I would just put Thomas's coupling over Molly's. So I would just put Thomas's thing over Molly's, and that way Molly's chain can stay down, kind of like in the show, I guess. But yeah, I wouldn't run these two like this together, just because if they go up a hill or down the hill, this is liable to go up and uncouple. But if they're all together, they will go pretty nicely together. So yeah, and if I pull from this side, it still works the same, but it just looks worse. And yeah, they uncouple, so I'll have to fix Molly. But yeah, these two I like together because it's pretty much just a Terrier, and then the E2. Oh, yeah, that's another thing I have to fix, is the side rods there. But yeah, so there's that. And this was the first test for the white running boards that I ever did for any of the engines. So I have my other trains in a box. But come on, I'll take you with me. So yeah. So I have another box here. And it has the rest of my trains in them. So I don't think Thomas is in here. I do have an Emily piece. I have another I have two Spencers, that one, and then there's one right there that's broken. I don't think Thomas is in here, so I'll have to look in the other box. Which is under my table. And this box is special because it holds all of the first 7 engines and then any extra ones that I have. So I'll open it now. So yeah, so here's my old Molly. As you probably can recognize, she has the white running board, but the new one has it's more gray. This one's the plarail, and then this one's the trackmaster, like from Fisher Price or whoever made it. So yeah, I have a bunch of different. Oh yeah, this Thomas was it's the same thing as that one, except this one is the snow one. I forgot what set it was from, but it's the snowy one, and I did actually complete the white running board and the lamp irons. So this one was a test. I don't think I had the same paint, so that's why it looks a lot different. And I did the same white running board with this Gordon. So yeah, that looks much better. And I did that with the James as well, but the snowy James that I had. And I did that with Percy too. So the James, I don't know if you guys remember when I used to have the snowy James, the snowy Thomas, and this Percy. Oh yeah, I added the hook on him too. It does work, sort of, but yeah, I did add the white running board. His face is purple, don't mind that. Speaking of white running boards and couplings, I added a front coupling onto this Thomas as well, and this is supposed to be a work in progress Timothy, but yeah, at the moment I don't have silver or like a white paint, so the one is covered up. The wheels are silver from a silver marker that I do have. He does run, but it's just Thomas, but it's supposed to be Timothy. For the white running boards, one more thing for the non-white running boards. For Gordon and James, I fixed their tenders to be permanently attached to them, sort of. So, yeah, there's that. And my first Edward that I got in a long time didn't have wheels, so I improvised and gave him wheels from Kevin, the motorized Kevin. So, I mean, it works. And he doesn't go over switches very well, but, you know, it works. And he has a white running board as well. So, you can tell that I have improved on the white running board. Although it's too white, if that makes sense. It should be more gray, but it's not. And the last one that I have is another Peter Sam. This was my old one, but the new one has back window printing and the side rod things, the plastic ones, and it also has the name on it. But this was my old one, so I just made it an angry one. So, yeah. And I tried to give it moving side rods, but I can't get in there. I don't have the screwdriver or the long axle. I don't want to dig. I don't want to dig in the chassis there. So I think that's it for these guys. I think that's it for this video as well. So oh well, I don't think there's anything else other than a few like diesel. I added some silver on them. I don't know if it really matters that much, but I do have diesel, the painted one. It just looks better. I added black on the wheels to most of these engines. Emily looks really good. I did give her a 12, but I didn't have like a yellow, so it's in a green. Well, it's in like it is yellow, but it's not like, it's not how it needs to be. It's not golden yellow. It's literally just yellow. What else? Sorry, I was trying to fix something. For Henry, I did the black on his wheel details. So, yeah. And I gave him yellow lamp lights. It's just yellow marker. And a special thing for Henry that I did was on his track here. So you know how he was usually sick and stuff? I gave him a dirty track, so it makes it look like, you know, something's been wrong. Even though he is in his new shape, you know, it's still Henry. He does have a happy face though, so. This is where Emily sits. Percy, I didn't really do anything to him. I did give him black here. I tried to remove the stars, but it just looks, you can see it still. And I did have him have black cab doors, but I realized that's not Percy, that was Thomas. Well, it could be any of them, but Thomas has printed, so I did remove the middle wheel, but I added black on the other wheels. And I also gave him a yellow lamp. And I added black on the bottom here. So yeah, it's just normal plarail Thomas. These are all actually plarail engines, by the way. I got them recently, so. Emily, Molly, I think Spencer is as well. An actual plarail one. No, it says Hit Toys. Yeah, it says Hit Toys there, but his coach is TOMY, so I think, well, this would be TOMY plarail because it's white and not silver, but whatever. And last, honestly, the last thing would be the layout, because I've recently got some new tracks, so that's the whole layout. So there's the yards there, and then I have 2 pieces of track, so engines can run on both pieces of track, and they can come around and switch to here, so they can switch onto the outline, the main line, the outside line, or they can go onto the inside line. And they can do that going both ways, so. But the way I have it set up so they don't run into each other is the inside line goes this way, and the outside line goes that way. So that's why I have a nail here so they don't cross that way. And then I have something set here so they don't go this way. So they don't cross here at all. So yeah, I think that is it. Hopefully I get some more coaches soon so that I can give Gordon and Henry and James their own coaches. But I do have this one red coach that I think it's from The Adventure Begins. Well, it's not from that, but I think James uses it in this one. I think he uses this actual coach in that one, or it's a more maroon red, but I think he uses it in that movie, so yeah. But yeah, this is James's coach. I think I'm gonna use these for either Molly or someone else, but I don't have Flora, so. And then I think I used this one for Edward. And then this one was Henry's, but I used it, or I'm going to use it for the breakdown train because it is so dirty. Like, I don't think you can see it as well as I can because on camera it kind of hides it, but it's dusty right there and there. And I don't really want to clean it because it makes it look much more accurate, I think. So yeah, this is the breakdown train, and then I have some other pieces of rolling stock, but it's not, it's not too exciting. I think the most exciting thing that I have is 2 scruffies, but I only have one up here because it makes sense. The other one is in my box. And I do have a mail train for Percy. I think I'm going to use this for Steven, just because of how small it is. I think that's it. Oh, I will use this one for Emily, even though for some reason I didn't think that this was a narrow gauge coach, but apparently it is. At first I thought it was an Emily's coach. I don't know why. Emily's coaches are green. I really don't know why I thought it was Emily's, but apparently it's a narrow gauge coach, so I'll just use it for Emily. Or for if I have a narrow gauge layout. If I set up a little narrow gauge set, then I'll give that to Scarlet Weight. But other than that, I think that's it. I do have Henrietta there, and I have another one over here. This is the Express for now, because Annie and Clarabelle are the clean, good ones. So, yeah, I'm keeping those as Annie and Clarabelle. And the rest have a black line on them, just to make it look... Oh, yeah, this was supposed to be the great coach. Well, not anymore, because I got this. So, yeah, this one and this one have faces. So, that's why they're both facing each other. But the other two, my old ones, don't. Because these used to be Annie and Clarabelle. But then I got the new ones, so this became Gordon's Express. Then I got two other ones. They had faces. I didn't want to take them off completely, but I didn't want to use them as Annie and Clarabelle. So, there we go. I think that's it. So, bye for now.